What's going on, y'all? I'm in the bathroom recording now, as you can see. The place that I usually record my videos at is cluttered because we're preparing for a birthday party this weekend. So I'm in the bathroom right now. The lighting is better anyway, so it is what it is. Entertainers and their drama. Floyd Mayweather versus T.I. Floyd Mayweather versus 50 Cent. Whose side are you on? Who do you agree with? So let's get down to the nitty gritty of what this spat is about. Gucci has designed some type of pullover sweater, designed almost like a ski mask that many people feel resembles blackface. The blackface image with the super charcoal black skin and the big red lips, like a cartoonish caricature. It was a racist image of black people during the Jim Crow era and before then. So this sweater has caused a lot of controversy. Many people feel like they should boycott Gucci. T.I. has been at the forefront saying he's going to boycott Gucci. And he feels like it's something that a lot of African American people should do because they have racist sentiments in the clothing. Floyd Mayweather comes out and says he's a leader, he not a follower. He gonna wear what he wanna wear, and that's the end of it. He's still gonna shop at Gucci. He don't care what nobody got to say, basically. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he was saying. Basically saying he don't care about none of that. He gonna buy his own. He gonna still buy clothes. So it is what it is. T.I. then responded by making a rap song, a diss to Floyd Mayweather. 50 Cent came out and took a video of him burning a Gucci shirt, and which I don't understand because you already bought the clothes, so what is burning it going to do? You paid for the clothing, so what is burning is not going to take money out of Gucci's pockets. It's the same sentiments I had about individuals who were burning Nike's apparel when it was released that Nike had signed Colin Kaepernick and was full on in support of what he was standing up for. And the same thing when people were that were against Colin Kaepernick, they were burning his jerseys. And I'm like, you still paid for his jersey, so you still put money in his pocket, or you still put money in Nike's pocket. So what are you ultimately solving by burning the clothes after you paid for it? Same thing I had about when 50 did it. I was puzzled by that. But anyway, he was burning the shirt and antagonizing Floyd Mayweather, saying, again, I'm paraphrasing, basically saying that Floyd don't stand with black people and he on the wrong side, basically calling Floyd out for it. So then Floyd responds by putting out this paragraph of really some pages of some information, basically calling rappers 50 Cent and T.I., but not naming them, calling them hypocrites because they're all up in arms about Gucci being putting out a stereotypical image of black people or a negative representation of black people with their clothing, but he feels like they represent black people in a negative way through the music that they rap about, music about violence and exploiting women and all type of drug and selling drugs, things that perpetuate negative stereotypes of black people in the first place, and things that hold our community back. And he feels like Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent are trying to rile up the black community and stir them up to head in the direction of nowhere. And these individuals are only doing this for attention. He feels like their careers aren't where they used to be, so they're trying to gain some type of attention by riling up black people. And he feels like that there are walking contradictions. He feels like these individuals, 50 Cent is a deadbeat father, something that ails the black community terribly. T.I. is he commits adultery, meaning he's not faithful to his wife, something that if you're a black man for the black family, how are you adulterous to your wife? How are you treating women wrong? How are you doing these things? You're degrading women in his music and all that type of stuff, and you're basically you're creating music that is for the destruction of black people. So how are you doing any good by just boycotting Gucci? And he feels like they're going to be back buying Gucci. And what? Pretty soon, not too much after this. And I had to think about it, and I'm like, T.I. said the boycott is for 3 months, so that is a little confusing. Like, the boycott is for 3 months, so after 3 months, you gonna go back to buying Gucci, or are you expecting it just to see if it was a change in the product, if they're gonna take the product down? Why the 3 months? And I really haven't heard T.I.'s whole spat on it, so I'm kind of being unfair to him right now, but I just wanted to know what the 3 months was about. For personally, I never bought Gucci in my life. I can't afford that. Even if I had a big, if I spent my whole check on some Gucci clothes, which I wouldn't do, I just wouldn't feel right doing that. I don't make enough to be just trying to drop bread on Gucci. No, I'm in the working class just like everybody else. But let's get to Floyd Mayweather. What Floyd Mayweather said, yes, it was correct. Rappers are walking contradictions a lot of times. Yes, despite them trying to stand up for social activism, they also perpetuate a lot of negative stereotypes within the black community. Not all rappers, but some of them do. However, Floyd Mayweather is full of, you know what? He can't be the one. Now, again, you got to look at the message and not the messenger. I understand that. But Floyd Mayweather is a part of the problem, too. If he's going to call these individuals out on their things that they do wrong and saying they commit adultery, basically saying that they put out all this violence and they put out they help perpetuate the stereotypes of black people with being deadbeat fathers and basically saying they do negative things. He got to put himself in that category. Y'all got to remember, this is the same Floyd Mayweather that's been accused of domestic violence time and time again. First of all, Floyd didn't write that message. That message came from his publicist. He got a great PR team that wrote that. I know Floyd didn't say that. I know it. I've studied the man for most of his career because I'm a big fan of his fighting abilities and his craftsmanship in the ring. Floyd didn't say that. But again, Floyd been accused of domestic violence against his children's mother, former girlfriends. This is the same individual who, when he got mad that she went on and dated another rapper, Nelly, he went out and put her sonogram out and told the world basically that she was pregnant with twins and she aborted them. He disclosed this information to the whole world when he got mad that she went on to be with somebody else. So you talking about people being disrespectful to the black community, like, bro, you be out here wilding, talking crazy, doing crazy stuff when you get mad at women. This is the same dude. Floyd will talk about being unfaithful to their wife and all that. Floyd will talk to another man's wife in a heartbeat. He will do it in any heartbeat. He the type of person that he talking about people that love attention. Floyd loves attention more than anybody. He loves it so much. He flaunt about how much money he got all the time. Whether he's now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he doesn't do philanthropy and doesn't give back, but he talk about his money all the time, flaunting in people's face all the time. When he get in an argument with people, that's all his go-to move. His go-to move is how much money he got. This is what he does. And then he goes on to talk about, what did he say? Okay, they love attention. Then he talking about, like, again, Floyd will take another man's wife in a minute. And he the type, if you bring your girlfriend around, he'll try to talk about when you gone, and people have confirmed this. He strikes me as a person that does this type of stuff. He'll tell your girl how much he got more money than you do. Like how much, he'll tell them how he got so much money more than you do, more than her man got. Like, I got more money than your man. Floyd will say stuff like that. Like, he will. He'll tell the girl, he'll try to make the girl swoon over him with money. Like, he'll do that in a heartbeat. Then, I remember when 50 Cent disclosed some information about him and his friend Earl Hayes, who took his own life, unfortunately. And 50 Cent said that Earl did that because Floyd had supposedly slept with Earl's wife. And Earl had, now for those who don't know, Earl took his wife's life and then his own life. And he put it out that Floyd, that's why Earl was talking to Floyd before he ended up taking his life, because he found out that Floyd was sleeping. And this is supposed to be one of Floyd's best friends, Earl Hayes is. He found out that Floyd was messing with, Earl Hayes found out that Floyd was messing with his wife. Floyd never came out and denied any of those accusations. That's some hell of accusations to put on somebody. And I don't respect 50 for putting that information out at all. He shouldn't have put that out there. But if Floyd did that, or if he didn't do it, why he didn't come out and say that he didn't do that? He never denied it. If somebody accuses me of something like that, I'm going to deny it to the core. I'm not going to let it simmer and let people even speculate that I could have done something. Floyd never denied it. So that makes me wonder. Again, I told y'all, Floyd will sleep with another man's woman in a minute and he'll try to convince another woman to leave her man because he got so much money. Now, again, if she does it, she's foul to begin with. But that's the type of person Floyd is. Like, I know this man. He talking like he's such a stand-up person. Like, he got all these stand-up qualities. Floyd is nothing but a company man at this point. At first, he wasn't. He always talked about how, in early interviews, he would talk about how he's for Black Americans first. As Floyd rose on the totem pole, those sentiments flew out of his head. Why? Because he wants to be accepted by the elite so bad that he will disassociate himself from anything that they don't deem as respectable or they don't deem as right. They don't deem they think that a lot of Black people, the elites, complain. They think a lot of Black people are with police brutality. These are a figment of Black people's imaginations. Hence why Floyd never speaks out about any of it. He never speaks out about any of it. But then he'll go on to say that when they asked him about Colin Kaepernick's protest, he said he think Colin Kaepernick needs to be worried about being a starting quarterback. He needs to be worried about that instead of protesting. Fam. Now, whether you think Colin Kaepernick, if you don't think he's genuine in his approach or not, you can say that. Okay, whatever. If you feel like that, okay, whatever. I think he's genuine in it. But you never addressed what he was protesting about. You never spoke up. You could have said, I don't agree with his methods, but this is a real problem. I acknowledge that problem. What he says he's standing up for, I believe it's something that is a problem going on in the society. Or you could have addressed the issue, the police brutality and injustices against African American people and people of color. Floyd never talked about that. He just shot down Floyd. He shot down Colin Kaepernick and said he needs to be focused on being a starting quarterback. What the hell they got to do with him in his protest? Again, Floyd did that to make align himself great with the elites. He did that that's the only reason he did that. Floyd don't give a damn about plights against Black people for real. He really, if they not people that he know, he don't care. If they not his kids, he don't care about it for real like that. Not no more. He's at a level that he reached so much money. He's just trying to stay amongst good company to get more money. That's all he cares about. So when you seen him talking about racism and Colin Kaepernick calling people monkeys and all that, I mean, not Colin Kaepernick, excuse me, take that back. Conor McGregor, when he fought Conor McGregor, and Conor McGregor mentioned about monkeys and stuff like that, referring to Floyd and his team, they're dancing, jumping around like monkeys, which I don't think Conor McGregor was trying to be racist at all. I don't think he was. Floyd flipped that and came out and said, you need to stop with the racist talk and all of that, and tricked Black people into thinking that was a fight where Floyd was fighting for the people against the racist guy from, where is Conor McGregor from anyway? Godly. Where is Conor McGregor? He is Irish, I believe. Yeah. So he tried to build it to make it seem like he's for the Black people against this Irish man. No, he wasn't. And Floyd only spun that whole thing to make it seem like Conor McGregor was coming off like a racist. Only reason he even talked about it was because it was something that was said about him and his people. Two, because he knew that Black people was going to buy into it and buy that fight. Floyd didn't give a damn about that. He didn't care. And again, this is you coming from a Floyd Mayweather fan. I've been a fan of this man's boxing career all my life. Like as a child, as a youth. I was watching him fight with my uncles, and it was a marvel. Like, I was in awe of his fighting ability and how marvelous he was in the ring. But Floyd has many flaws to him that aren't commendable. Floyd don't never come out and talk about none of this stuff going on in our community. He never talks about, all he does is saying how he'll shoot down when black people try to protest or black people try to rally for something. He'll shoot that down in a minute, and how we need to be doing something else, and like how he concerned about like all this protest and go get you some money. He'll say something like, I seen him in interviews say people need to go get, my man, go start you a business, get you some money, protesting and trying, and he shoot down protesting all the time. And all that does is feed the agenda that the elites follow. A lot of the elites follow because they feel like black people are complainers and that we just make up things, and these things are a figment of our imagination. They think, a lot of them think that the problems that we say we're ailing from shouldn't be talked about. We shouldn't talk about racial matters at all. We should stay away from it. Don't talk about it. Don't say that. That's what they want. Don't say that. Don't talk about it. It's a lot of black on black crime. Let's talk about that all the time instead of talking about police brutality, because what does black on black crime have to do with police brutality? What does that have to do with that? Why does when people say we need to worry about police black on black crime, so we need to stop all black on black crime in order for police to stop killing unarmed African American people? How stupid do you sound? But Floyd will back up those type of sentiments because those people will be under his comments all on Instagram giving him all the praise. He gonna get some pats on his back from the elites, and he gonna be fine because he gonna keep getting these big money deals. That's all he about right now at this point of his life is money, which is why you see him fighting dude tension over there. I mean, but listen, he fought it for $9 million. I mean, most anybody would take that bread. But Floyd's all about bread at this point. That's it. He don't care nothing about no racial. He had his publicist write all that up about things that's ailing the black community and how rappers are walking contradictions and how they do things that are perpetuate stereotypes. Floyd perpetuates stereotypes all the time of black men. He talking about being promiscuous. Floyd is promiscuous. He got like 8 girlfriends. So what the hell is he talking about? I don't understand. What is he talking about? Like, when he said that people are being promiscuous, yes, you're not married, but you were engaged, still sleeping with other girls all the time. So it sounded good, but he needs to put himself in that mix of all the contradictions that he said these rap artists are. He got to put himself in the same mix. All of this, yes, he was correct in what he said, but he got to look at himself in the mirror. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. I understand. Y'all going to get mad at me and say his message was true, so what does it matter? Who is it coming from? Yes, it matters who's it coming from, because if Floyd isn't changing his behavior, how does he make himself any different from the rappers that he's calling out for those same actions? I ask of you, how is he different? How is he any different, man? Again, it's people that hate Floyd, that because Floyd posted that, and he said, basically, I'm going to read it again, but he basically, he didn't say anything about the clothing being any type of derogatory or anything like that. Maybe he didn't feel like it. But when Floyd doesn't post about any type of injustices that African American people face, all he posts is money, and then he'll post something about how rappers are always, basically his statements came off like, yeah, we can blame the white man, but we doing all this type of stuff in my community. We need to get our community fixed first. And there's so many people that's going to applaud Floyd that hate Floyd. But because he's speaking a rhetoric that he's basically speaking that same tone of, if y'all stop black on black violence first, y'all need to stop that first. But if y'all talking about police brutality, y'all need to stop black on black violence first. Y'all need to stop perpetuating bad images of us. And then people wouldn't disrespect us in clothes, or y'all need to be more concerned with what y'all doing rather than people being racist. Like, now it don't even matter if I'm talking about Gucci's clothing, if I feel like Gucci's clothing is disrespectful or not. Floyd is speaking sentiments that speak to the same people that will call him a nigga when he's fighting all these other different fighters. He's speaking to those individuals. He's speaking sentiments that those individuals applaud. Now, yes, again, Floyd Mayweather was right in certain, his publicist. That ain't come from Floyd's mouth. His publicist was right in that artists can be contradictions and perpetuate negative stereotypes. But when Floyd doesn't call out racial injustices and only calls out black people for stuff they doing, it looked like he's taking the side of black people need to get their stuff together. Then people will respect us. Listen, brother, I'm going to tell everybody else, every race got problems. Ours just put on Front Street in front so the world can see. Every race got problems. Every race got all type of stuff they deal with. They got problems within their own race too. But all of them do. So when he put us out on Front Street all the time and don't call out no other stuff, all it's doing is like they clapping, they're at least clapping for Floyd and giving them some, oh man, we gonna break you off with some more bread. Because you speaking the same sentiments that we want to be spoken on. We want to be spoken. You speaking the same sentiments. Yeah, black people need to get their stuff together. Don't call out police brutality, none of the other stuff going on. Black people need to get their stuff together. Yes, we got people that need to get their stuff together. But every race got people that need to get their stuff together. You gonna tell other people, you gonna tell, again, I always go back to this. If a Jewish person speaks about any type of discrimination and they got some type of problems going on in their community that we don't know about because they stuff not put on Front Street, if they speak about some type of injustice against their people, are y'all gonna tell them, nah, the Jewish people need to get their stuff right before they get to talking about any injustices against them? Know how crazy that sounds? Sounds ridiculous. But Floyd will speak those sentiments that these individuals who feel like black people just make up stuff. He riding with those sentiments that they feel. And he's doing it not because he didn't protest or he's not gonna protest Gucci. It's because he doesn't speak out about anything else. But when these rappers call him out, he coming out calling him out for perpetuating stereotypes and all of this and all of that. But yet and still, and when he shoots down Colin Kaepernick and doesn't talk about what Colin Kaepernick's protesting about, if he's right into the type of language that the higher ups want him to be talking about. So I don't get Floyd, man. He talking all this talking about how he this and he that, and how other people need to get their stuff together. Floyd need to get his stuff together. He needs to get his stuff together. Floyd don't give a damn about no injustices going on against black people, and he don't care. That man does not care at all. All he care about is millions. That's it. And when you black, need to care about more. Nah, matter of fact, all people need to care about more than money. But when you're black and you're an entertainer, you don't go like you have a responsibility to your people to speak on behalf of us during certain times. Not doing everything. And other people wouldn't understand this. Other ethnicities wouldn't understand this because they feel like, why does he have to speak for you all? Listen, our voices already aren't heard that loudly. They are drowned out often. When a person of Floyd's prominence comes out and says certain things that's alienating our community, it means something. Whether people like it or not, or hate him to death, it means something coming from him. So when he doesn't say or doesn't talk about these issues that Colin Kaepernick was even protesting, but tell him he needs to worry about getting a starting job and trying to talk shit to him, basically talk down on him, they love that. That's why I said I don't get what Floyd, like people, everybody clapping, yeah, Floyd, right. Floyd, put yourself right in them same shoes, dog. Right in them same shoes. You would talk to a man's wife in a heartbeat. You've been accused of sleeping with your best friend's wife, and he took his life and took her life, and you didn't say you didn't do it. I would came out and said I didn't do it. You've had all these domestic violence issues and stuff. Posted because you got mad at your old girl with another dude. Posted up on Sonogram and you putting up, excuse me. You putting up showing the world that she had children that she aborted. Displaying that for the world to see. Like, really? Really? And I'm saying sonogram. Ultrasound, I'm sorry. Putting up an ultrasound. I'm saying a sonogram. Jesus. Putting up an ultrasound of the baby. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Too late. But anyway, putting up an ultrasound for the world to see. And you doing stuff like that and you want people to feel like what you said holds weight, bro. Yeah, you writing your sentiments, but you need to get your stuff together. Putting out your girls like, oh, like, look what he be doing. He the same dude that they talking about. Oh, they promiscuous and you living a life of promiscuity. You do it all the time. Yes, you advocate for safe sex and all that, but you do it all the time. You're not married, but you live that same lifestyle. Tossing all your money away to strippers in the strip club. Doing the prototypical, stereotypical thing that they say black men do. Spending all your money on jewelry, watches, and all of that. The same stereotype that you say they are, you perpetuate, Floyd. So, get your thoughts, get your sentiments together, brother. Nah. If you want them to change, you feel like they contradictions, you are too. And that's my piece. Peace.